All right, step 2 in wine tasting evaluation is to sniff or bury the nose. So, in this part of the tasting, we're going to do two main things. First of all, we're going to swirl the wine. Second of all, we're going to sniff the wine. Now, first of all, the swirl is a big deal. You got to get this right. Now, if you're not used to swirling in the air and you tend to slosh this stuff all over yourself, then I would recommend putting it on a table and just spinning around on the surface of the table. Then you don't have to worry about, splashing it everywhere. And the reason that we do that is because that actually opens up the wine to oxygen. It does two things really. It starts to release aromatics into the bowl and therefore out the top of the bowl. And it also starts getting oxygen to interact with the wine and start opening up the wine. Its surface area open to the atmosphere, and oxygen starts interacting with the wine and releasing more aromatic compounds, so to the delight of your nostrils. So that's the swirl. Get the swirl down. The next part is to do the sniff. Now this is a two-step sniff that I like to do. First of all, you get your nose right above the glass and you keep your mouth shut, and then you just take a little sniff like this. That's the approach sniff. The next thing to do is to open your mouth, stick your nose right up in there, get right above the liquid, and just breathe in like that. And it's actually pretty amazing the difference that those two sniffs can have on your perception of how this wine smells. And I think what's neat about it is that you get a first impression when you approach the glass and just do the top sniff. But then when you take a breath in on the inside, what that's actually doing is when you keep your mouth open, that circulates air through the retronasal cavity. So you're actually circulating air through your nostrils and your sinuses and the back of your throat. And it's actually much more helpful in spreading out those aromatics all across the cavity in your head that helps you smell stuff. So you're basically just exposing the epithelium of your sinuses, epithelium of your retronasal cavity to those aromatics and allowing for more interaction and contact with the things that your body is able to sense from this. So that's why it looks somewhat weird to have your mouth open when you're smelling something, but it's actually a great way to get the sniff on. So there's the two-step process. You've got the swirl and the sniff. As far as classes of aromas go, there's generally three types of aromas when it comes to wine. You've got fruit, you've got earth, and then you've got wood. So an example of fruit type aromas would be tropical aromas or red fruit aromas like cherry. It's pretty straightforward. Anything that smells like fruit, that would be fruit-based aromas. Then you've got earth. Earth aromas are things like it smells like it's dusty, or it smells like, a popular one is it smells like an old barnyard. Dusty, earthy, taste. It could smell like dirt straight up. So those are all earthy aromas. And then finally you have wood aromas, and those are the things like vanilla and mocha or even barbecue. Those types of flavors actually come from the oak that the wine is actually aged in. So, for example, if you have your wine aged in heavily toasted oak, you can get those deep caramel and mocha flavors think about like a bourbon, a whiskey bourbon. You've got the mocha caramel flavors from that wood cask, and that's the same type of thing with wine. You can get oak aromas as well. So vanilla, caramel, mocha, those are all wood related aromas usually. Okay, so with those types of aromas in mind, what do you smell? Oh, I cheated. I'm not supposed to do that yet. So here are the questions to consider here. What aromas do you smell? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Is it musty and earthy? Is it fruity and fruit forward? Does it smell like oak or wood? All right, so here is a creative exercise for everyone. This wine that you're drinking right now, which if you're not drinking a wine, you should be. This wine that you've got right now, pretend that you have to describe it to somebody that can't smell. How would you do that? That's a tough one. So last note, why do we do this? Well, I think one of the most amazing things about wine is the ability for aromatics to transport us. For example, I've opened up a bottle of wine, taken a whiff, and just been immediately transported back to, my childhood, sitting underneath the poplars in Virginia and smelling that smell of the earth after a heavy spring rain. And then it's totally dried out and the sun's out, but everything's still wet. And you can smell those leaves that are still wet, but they're drying off and everything's hot and moist. And it smells like earth, but also smells like forest and a little bit like dead leaves. That's what wine aromatics can do. That's what I think is so amazing, is that it has an ability to transport us. It's a natural product. It's coming from the earth, and it does these amazing things with aromatics. So I think just taking a second to enjoy what wine does and the ability that it has to give us pleasure in just drinking it and also transporting us is one of the coolest things about wine.